Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you had a good day. And today we have a video full of all kinds of different things. We're going to take a look at support and resistance in the major indices. I'm also going to give you two hot stocks that I really like that have had multiple officers buy in open market insider activity. So extremely bullish insider activity. We're also going to do some updates on the top 7. We had some of our picks within the top 7 do extremely well. We have a lot to cover, so I'm going to get right into it. But before we get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you have not done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group. There is lots of great information in that group. You may want to check that out. I think that you will like what you see. We have so many great call outs each and every day, and so it's worth it definitely to be a part of that. I hope to see you there. All right, well, let's get going. Let's start off by talking about the different charts that are going on, and the very first thing we want to talk about is the SPY ETF. And we have tomorrow morning looking at resistance at 456. So if you can see my cursor up here, that is where resistance is. Support is all the way down here at 443. So this is a war of the gaps for sure. It'll be interesting to see which way we go. In my opinion, I think that there is a higher chance we will come down and touch this because this is where the momentum is leading right now. But we have overall a bull trend, higher highs and higher lows. And so this bull trend will most likely continue. And so it will be interesting to see if we break down below this 443 line. Most likely we come down here to this line and then we find support right here. There is massive amounts of support here. Lots of people probably going to be buying up in the market at those levels, expecting the market to move higher because we are in a bull trend. Now we do have this gap up above. It'll be interesting to see if we break through that, but we could have a scenario where we fill both of these gaps down below and then up above and possibly even continue to higher prices. Right now, no buy or sell signals in the DeMark indicators. And so there's a lot of indecision at the moment. We do have CPI coming up, and I bet you that is going to determine a lot of this. Okay, so we have the triple Qs. We have support down here at 369 with resistance at 382. We came down and touched that today in the market day, and we've had no buy signals yet, but we are having a little bit of a negative trend here. Now, also, the EMA, the 20 EMA on most stocks within the technology sector are bearish right now. And so that's interesting to see if we could break down below here. So much is going to depend again on CPI and what happens and how that number comes in. The Russell 2000, we have resistance. Actually, it's not quite that high. Resistance at 197 with support down here at 190. And so we kind of came down and almost touched that this morning. And so it'll be interesting to see how this moves, but most likely, again, we could come back down and double tap this and go higher. The market will most likely, all indices will probably move mostly together. All right, so there is the VIX, and the VIX is elevated. It's starting to elevate a little bit. Now, it's nowhere near overbought or anything of that nature. So levels I look for are like 46. And right now we're at 16. The average is 1850, so a long ways from there. Still a lot more volatility could be in our future. It'd be interesting to see if this continues to spike and we start to see some sell signals on the VIX. And if that was the case, then we could be looking at a possible bottom. That's one thing I like to look for when we see bottoms in the market. Okay, so GDXD. This was on the top 7 list. So this is ticker symbol GDXD. This was on it for a while. I kind of got out of it for whatever reason. This is a very bearish stock on gold mining companies. And I sold this today. So I wanted to talk about it real quick. Just because I sold it today, there was not a sell indicator on it. But I was personally up 28% in this as we bought right in here. I decided to take my profits on something so that I can take and turn that money on other things. I have so many positions right now that I'm trying to limit that just a little bit. So personally, I decided to take an exit. That does not mean that you should decide to do that. If you've entered this stock, and I talked about it earlier, just know that I did find an exit point today for a 28% gain. Very successful trade. And then I have two new stocks, and this is what I talked about right at the beginning. The two with insider activity. The very first is Zebra Technologies, ticker symbol ZBRA. Now this had multiple officers in open market buying this up. We had the three directors and the CEO bought up shares in open market. So this is very, very bullish. So that type of insider activity is extremely strong. Now, I bought into this today, called this out in our Discord today, in our private Discord, but there is still so much upside. If you are interested in this, this has this huge gap up here. And I like this stock for continued move upwards. You'll just have to feel out yourself if this is right for you. But I like the setup where we have insider activity by multiple officers, a big gap to the upside, and the price is depressed with previous buy signals, and it's a lot lower than those buy signals. And so this was not on my radar at all until those insiders started buying. It's something to take a look at, and you might take a look at it for tomorrow's day. Now, the other thing I bought today was ticker symbol CERE. This is Cerevel Therapeutics, and we have multiple officers insider activity. The CEO and the chief business developer both bought up shares in open market. So this came on my radar today. Now this is not up for me. It's down just barely, like down 1%. I had a hard time getting in on this on the morning as the price was elevated due to the insider activity. But there, in my opinion, there is so much upside in this stock left. I love the insider activity. Similar setup. And so I bought into this today. I think it's going to do very well. I wanted to call it out here and at least give you a chance to see if this is something that'll work for you. I love insider activity. It is a great way to trade, in my opinion. You need more than just the insider activity, though. The longer that I do this, it helps to have some other reason to get in, like a great value like this one is right now. So I like this as a trade idea. We shall see how it goes. All right, let's cover the top 7. Number 7 is RGLD. Since calling this out, it is down 1.07%. This is part of my long-term royalty strategy, buying based on this buy signal right here. This should move upwards with the price of gold moving upwards. The price of gold, I think if we hit a recession, especially if the market rolls over, then I think that the stock will do extremely well. All right. Number 6 is ticker symbol VERV. This had a great day today, but still down 12.26% since calling it out right here in the top 7, and this has not gone well so far. Had a good day today, but looking for better times out of this one. The next is number 5, TER. This is part of my active ETF strategy. Since calling it out is down 5.21%. Called it out right here. The market has continued to sell off. I thought it would find bottom here. It hasn't. It's come back down to this support level right here. You can see how this is just a key level right here. And so got in too early, in my opinion, but I like it to bounce off of this level. We shall see what happens, especially if we can get a bullish run going here soon. I think that this one will continue with it. So CRSP called this out way over here on buy signals, way over here. I am way upside down in this stock, but I've done very well with this in the past. I expect to do well with it this time. But since calling it out is down 13.80%. All right. Finally, an insider. Ticker symbol MMS. Since calling this out, it is down 0.04%. I like this for insider activity. So far, it has gone really nowhere, just kind of up and down, but expecting this one to have some sort of move moving forward. Ticker symbol MASS. This is 908 devices, and this had a phenomenal day. Since calling this out, it is now up 19.34%. So this one is starting to be a good winner. We have not had sell signals yet, but I think this thing can really climb. Terrific earnings report. And so that was great to see, and I'm expecting this to continue upwards to a sell signal. This should be a great trade. And finally, number one, Outlook Therapeutics continues to do nothing, just kind of chop around since calling this out, is down 1.18%. They have a PDUFA date coming up, though, and so it'll be interesting to see if we get a surge right before that. Well, I wish you all the best in the stock market. If there's something you want me to cover or something you want me to talk about, please reach out to me in the comment section down below. I'd sure love to hear from you. I hope you all have a fantastic trading week, the rest of the week. And Raytoven